Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me here on USB Unaffiliated Sports Broadcast, where I cover varsity high school sports for Grantsville High School, Chihuahua High School, and Stansbury High School. Shifting our focus to basketball as that time has arrived. So thank you for listening. I hope you enjoy the show. Please head over and like the Instagram page, follow it. That's where I put all the stats and updates and all the graphics to recognize these players. And be sure to get out there and support these local athletes. Thank you and enjoy the show. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here on USB Unaffiliated Sports Broadcast. Hey, so we got the recap from yesterday's game, the Grantsville versus Ben Lomond game. Grantsville was on the road over there. And we've also got the game day coverage of the Grantsville Ladies tonight. They'll be on the road in Ogden to finish out their regular season. Now, Stansbury and Chihuahua, they'll finish out their regular season tomorrow night, so we'll obviously cover that tomorrow. So for right now, it's pretty much all Grantsville, but hopefully you stick around. Hopefully you enjoy it, and we got a lot to get into. So we're going to start off with the recap from last night's game. The Grantsville Cowboys on the road in Ben Lomond. It was a pretty good game. I got a chance to actually go back and watch it tonight because I wanted to see a few things. Because if you listened to the episode yesterday, I was kind of talking about how I really feel like this was an opportunity for them to kind of get back in rhythm with their passing. It kind of felt like their assists were kind of a last resort or forced in a lot of ways in the last couple games that I saw from them. And I didn't really feel like that was characteristic of the play that I'm used to seeing out of them. So I wanted to see if they made any improvements on that. And I felt like this matchup against Ben Lomond was a good one to kind of showcase that and get back in rhythm on that. So let's just kind of get into it. In terms of the first quarter, Grantsville did great on the boards. They did fantastic. They were snagging them real early, doing solid work down there. They had solid passing, getting early attempts from the line, good looks from three. I think Dennis was the one who kind of broke the seal for him, hitting a three early on in the first quarter. Solid man-to-man defense, in my opinion. They did really good. Kelton Bird, he was all over the place on the boards and defense with solid cuts to the basket. I mean, he played great all game long. But in that first quarter in particular, he was all over the place on the boards. And my man Dennis, finally finding his shot early on. I'm glad to see that get in rhythm early on in the game. I think it really helps out his team. Bryson was fighting through screens and hitting threes early. I mean, he did a great job. He had two pretty deep threes in the first quarter. Cam Killian, his on-ball defense has really improved, in my opinion. It's very solid as of late. He's been playing great man-to-man defense, I think. And maybe that's a byproduct of when he messed his hand up. Maybe that's all he could really work on. I don't really know. But either way, he's been doing really, really well on his man-to-man defense. So I wanted to make sure I gave him a shout-out. And I got to give a shout-out to Ben Lomond's number 40. Let's see if we can get a name for that. Cade Becraft, I believe that's who it was. He set a solid screen at the end of the first quarter. I mean, it was a great screen. So I got to give him a shout-out. But the Cowboys would outscore Ben Lomond 21-7 in that first quarter. It was a rough start to the game for Ben Lomond, but it was a great start to the game for the Cowboys. Now into the second quarter, Ben Lomond really turned up their defense. I mean, they truly did. In the second quarter in particular, they really turned up their defense. It was much more aggressive. Unfortunately, it led to some fouls early in the second for them, and that didn't really help them out all that much, but their defense was definitely improved on that. It just didn't translate to them offensively, I don't think. In that second quarter, Jordan Foston's ability to make the defense respect his speed off the dribble is pretty impressive to me. And I think once he starts to translate that to scoring more efficiently, because he gets himself to some pretty good looks. And unfortunately, I think it's kind of one of those things where it's like he's moving so fast that it's just the momentum of everything. But once he can get that a little bit more refined, I think that's going to be a dangerous aspect for him moving forward into next season, especially because again, you have to respect his speed off the dribble, and it creates a lot of opportunities for him. So, Grantsville had very solid movement without the ball, in my opinion. They weren't just being stagnant watching the gameplay, and I think that's a big difference in what you've seen in the last couple outings, right? I think that's a big improvement for them. But the threes just continued, even with the bigs like Kelton Bird and Mike Troxel. They hit some threes midway through the second. Tempo was the game for Grantsville. I mean, in terms of those threes, looking at the stats here on Deseret News, it looks like 6, 8, 9. Grantsville would hit 9 threes on the night. So a lot of contributions from the perimeter for Grantsville, and they just, like I said, they just kept hitting them. Tempo was definitely the game, though. I mean, Grantsville was looking to push it. They did a very good job. Maddox Zimmer, he went down late in the second. It looked like it might have been an ankle injury, so hopefully he's good. Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully it's a promising prognosis. I don't even know if that's a word. It is what it is, but hopefully he's okay. Because I didn't see him come back in, but I also kind of forgot to keep an eye out for that. So I don't believe that he came back in. So hopefully he's good. He's a heck of a player for him, man. He's gonna be good for him moving forward in the next couple seasons because he's only a freshman, if I'm not mistaken. So he's pretty good. So hopefully he's good. Nothing too serious there. Again, though, great movement by the Cowboys with an offensive rebound by Castano off the missed 3 from Killian, and instead of just taking it as a miss, he cuts to the basket and Dennis hits him with a good assist, and Killian gets, I think that might have been his first points in the game. I could be mistaken about that, but that's the kind of effort that I was looking to kind of see them get back to, because they've had it in the past, and I felt like they played very, very well when they do that, and I feel as of kind of late, they kind of lost a little bit of that, right? So it was good. It was good to see. It was good to see it. So Grantsville goes into halftime 38-13 in that one. They outscored, obviously 38-13, but the first half was very, very rough for Ben Lomond. 7 in the first quarter, 6 in the second quarter, just very, very rough. Now they would come out at halftime though, and they played much better basketball. They actually won the third quarter, 12-11. Their defense was improved. So a lot of things for Ben Lomond to look at in that third quarter, I think, and really take and try to build off of, because they did a fantastic job. They made some pretty good adjustments. I really feel like in that third quarter in particular, they did a better job offensively moving, and it created opportunities for them. So, but they did a good job finding space in Grantsville's zone and making some opportunities for themselves. They really did. Great pass anticipation by Fossen with about 3:20-ish remaining in the third, leading to fast break points for him. And later on, listen, Jordan, I'm rooting for you, man. I am. I like your game. I'm in your corner. I'm rooting for you, but use the backboard, my guy. Use the backboard. He had a great. He was out there on the 3, down in the corner roughly. Gets a pass. He has a wide open look, but he does the smart thing, in my opinion. He does the smart thing, and he takes it inside because it was a wide open lane. And then he goes in for like the finger roll, and just kind of hits it on the outside of the rim there. Backboard, my guy. Backboard. That was a great. It was good. It was good not to see him just settle for the 3, right? I think, and if you're a great 3-point shooter, and I'm not saying he can't make it, but what I'm saying is, unless you're like a super great 3-point shooter, I think that's one of those things. You're a hero if you make it, or you're in the doghouse, right? So like, kudos to you for taking that in and taking the easy opportunity that was presented to you. But backboard, my guy, backboard. Grantsville would win the third quarter though, or would in the third quarter, 49-25. Again, that was Ben Lomond's best quarter of the game. They did a really good job, in my opinion, in that quarter. They just weren't able to really keep it going, and excuse me, guys, sorry. They weren't able to really keep it going and translate it to anything. It was a little kind of one of those too little, too late type situations, I think, for him. Going into the fourth quarter, number 34 for Ben Lomond. Let's see, what's his name? Isaac Stevens. Listen, that dude's built like a tank, okay? And I want to give him a shout out because I saw it a few times in this game. He does a really good job shifting over and closing the driving lanes. So for being a big guy like he is, I was pretty impressed with his lateral movement to be able to close those lanes off. So I wanted to make sure I got him a shout out because Ben Lomond didn't do a lot of very good things in this game. I think there was flashes of it, but that was definitely one of the things that kind of stood out. I was pretty impressed by his ability to move, and you know, big guys like him generally get in a lot of foul trouble. Just sheer nature of their size over everybody else, I think. But he moves very well to close those lanes off. So I wanted to give him a shout out. And good passing looks from Ben Lomond in the fourth quarter. They just had a rough time grabbing the ball. I mean, it was really just some missed opportunities for them. As Grantsville was out of position defensively in a lot of those, they just couldn't snag. They couldn't secure the pass. I mean, it was good looks. It was good timing. It was just they. I don't know. Maybe they ate too much popcorn. They just could not secure those passes. And I think that had they been able to, I think it might have been. I don't think they would have won, but I think they might have got it a little bit closer. Because again, they had some good opportunities had they been able to secure those passes. So, but all these players must have had Shaq's shoes on last night because both teams stepped out of bounds on the dribble several times. Several times they'd hit that edge and out of bounds. So I don't know. Give Shaq back his shoes, guys. None of you guys are that tall, anyways. Jeez. Jackson Jensen came in the game in the fourth quarter. Actually, a lot of the reserves came in the game in the fourth quarter. But I was pretty impressed with his effort. He was being very disruptive on defense. He does a very good job providing aggression on the defensive end in particular. You'll usually see him get a lot of hustle plays where he's chasing down loose balls. He did a great job coming in and doing that. He was being aggressive on offense too. It just didn't really translate for him. Let's look at it real fast. Yeah, he didn't get on the scoreboard. But he was trying to make it happen, and I think he did a really good job. He does great in my opinion battling down low for position and on the inside. So pretty impressive movement without the ball from him. It's definitely something that you look at and you're like, okay, I can see the potential here. So I definitely wanted to shout that out. Cole Sparks came in. He did a great job drawing fouls on solid takes to the rims. I feel like a few of them he would have been better suited to pass it out. There was one in particular. I can't remember if it was a rebound or a steal, but he goes in and does this high floater. And he had a teammate. I can't remember who the teammate was. I want to say maybe Dennis. No, it was Kelton, I believe. Kelton. That would have been, I think, a prime opportunity. Yeah, because it was off the three-pointer that Kelton missed. They get the rebound. Kelton shifts over. He comes up. That would have been a prime opportunity for him to get an assist right there, I think, because Kelton would have been able to probably get in there and finish the play. If not, get himself to the free throw line. But again, though, Cole did a very good job drawing fouls, getting himself to the free throw line. And he had great vision on a pass to Dakota Arnold, number 4, for an open three. It was a great look. He drives in, defense crashes down. He kicks it out like he's supposed to. Coda hits the 3. Money in the bank. So Grantsville would finish this one 69-32. They would shoot 15 of 17 from the free throw line. They did a phenomenal job there. Fantastic job there. I say phenomenal way too much. Ben Lomond didn't do too bad from the free throw line either, hitting 6 of 9. They just didn't get as many opportunities. Ben Lomond was led in points by Jerden Van Beekum, number 30. He had 16 points on the night and 1 3-pointer. If you listen to the Game Day podcast yesterday, I was talking about how Ben Lomond, in their wins, they've hit about 10 threes in those games. And they were definitely trying to get those going. And Grantsville did a great job defending the perimeter and making that tough on them. To the point where Ben Lomond would only hit 2 threes on the entire night. So number 15, Zeb Wetton, was their second leading scorer with only 4 points. So that just shows you the defensive intensity that Grantsville played with. Now, as for Grantsville, they were led in points by number 2, Bryson Roberts. He had 15 points on the night and 3 3-pointers. He was followed up by Dennis Castano, who had 11 points and 3 3-pointers. Number 10, Cam Killian with 10 points. He had 1 3-pointer on the night. Number 22, Kelton Bird with 9 points, 1 3-pointer. Again, he had a ton of rebounds. He played great for them. Cole Sparks with 8 points. Most of those, I believe, came from the free throw line because, again, like I said, he was doing a really good job getting to the line. Number 34, Mike Troxel came in and gave him 7 and 1 3-pointer there. Peyton Thornton with 2, Jordan Fossa with 2, and Evan Bunderson with 2. And a player who didn't make the stat line but played great for them defensively and on the boards, number 11, Dresden Jensen. He did a really good job down low. great all around team play for them. Those guys, I was very impressed. A 20-7 fourth quarter. Again, a lot of that came from the foul line. They did a really good job. They did a really good job, and it was good to see kind of what I was hoping to see, some more of that passing. And I think that the movement from players without the ball was greatly improved, and it paid off for them in a big way. And obviously their defense was just on top of it. So great job, guys. Way to take that one again. Grantsville wins this one 69-32, and they will finish out their regular season at home tomorrow night. Today's Thursday, right? Tomorrow night against the Ogden Tigers, and that'll be their senior night too, I believe. So good luck to them tomorrow. Great job yesterday. Way to get into some rhythm. I think that's going to be beneficial moving into this game Friday. So great job. Now, to move on to the game day for today, we've got the Grantsville Ladies. They will be on the road tonight up in Ogden. The 21-1 Grantsville Ladies. They've had almost a near perfect season. Their one loss coming from a very good team. They've been dominant all season long. They won Region 3A Region 13 with a perfect 9-0 record, and they will be taking on the 8-14 Ogden Tigers. Now, give me just a second, because there's nothing listed for Ogden on Max Preps in terms of stats. So I'm gonna try to see if maybe Deseret News has something for him real fast. So I do apologize. I tried to have it all set up and got a day off. I don't really have excuses, right? But whatever. Let's see here. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Looks like we got some stats. So that's good. I don't know how accurate they are, but it is what it is. So again, the 21-1 Grantsville Ladies will be on the road tonight in Ogden, taking on the 8-14 Ogden Tigers, who are currently 5th in 3A Region 13 with a record of 2-17. They are led in points by number 10, Salote Tonga. She's got 209 points, averaging 9.5 a game, and she's hit 7 3-pointers. Number 21, Macy Vine, is their next leading scorer with 163 points, averaging 7.41 points per game. She's hit 19 3-pointers on the season, and their leader in 3-pointers is number 21, Lily Gonzalez, or number one, Lily Gonzalez. She's hit 21 3-pointers. My bad, guys, my bad. So those are your leaders for Ogden in terms of points. Let's see. Their last matchup was against Union, where they lost that one by 4 points. So not too bad there. They won the game before that against Ben Lomond, 58-21, and yeah. So yeah, not bad. 34-4. That's not terrible. That's a heartbreak. That's what that is. But that is Ogden. Now, looking at, again, there's not a whole lot of stats for Ogden that I can find, so let's just kind of look at what Grantsville is doing on the season. So they're averaging 65.5 points per game. Looks like they're averaging 15.8 assists, so just under 16. They're averaging 20 steals a game. That's a huge part of their game plan for sure, and only about 13 turnovers per game. Now, in terms of shooting, according to Max Preps, they're shooting 44% from the field, 30% from three-point line, and 68% from the free throw line. So great job to them. There is something I wanted to look up real quick. Oh, hold on. Let's go back to some more totals real fast. They've got 47 blocks on the season, 348 assists. Yeah. There's something I wanted to see, though, because I've been curious who is their best free throw shooter. So let's go off of attempts. So it looks like Avery Allred has the most attempts from the free throw line for them at 109, and she's shooting 73% there. That's fantastic. In terms of percentage, their leading free throw percentage in attempts over 20, we'll just say over 20, is number 10, Cody Williams. She's got an impressive 79%, going 30 for 38 on the season so far. Ren White is the overall percentage leader, going 5 for 6 on the season so far with 83%. Again, this is according to Max Preps, so if that's off a little bit, I do apologize. But yeah, Cody Williams. That's what I wanted to look at because she does a phenomenal job from the line. She shoots very well from there. Again, Avery Allred with 109 attempts at the free throw line. She's followed up by Bailey Louder with 74 attempts from the free throw line. She's shooting 74%, so a little bit better than Avery there. But Avery with 109 attempts, that's pretty impressive. Your next your third likely person to get to the free throw line is the sophomore Emmy Butler, number 15. She's had 41 attempts on the season. She's shooting an okay 56%. Hopefully that's something that she can continue to improve because she's the third leader in attempts, so she clearly gets to the free throw line, and you don't want to leave those points out there. So the top 5 free throw attempts for the Grantsville ladies, they're shooting pretty dang good. You've got Avery Allred at 73%, Bailey Louder at 74%, Emmy Butler at 56%, Cody Williams at 79%, and Alexis Egbert sitting at 75% on the line, going 12 of 16. So pretty good job there. And that's what I was kind of curious to see. Let's see, your leader in terms of overall points is Avery Allred. She's got 398 points on the season. She's shooting about 51% from the field. She's followed up by number 1 Bailey Louder with 358 points on the season, shooting about 51% from the field. That duo, man, it's like, yeah, that's pretty crazy. Number 10 Cody Williams. She's got 180 points on the season, shooting about 45% from the field. Emmy Butler, she's got 165 points on the season, shooting about 43% from the field. And then number 22, Ren White, she's got 80 points on the season, 27% from the field. And let's see, that's 5, right? And I like to do 6. So in 6th, you got number 5, Alexis Egbert. She's got 67 points on the season, and she's shooting about 40% from the field. Now, in terms of threes, 3-pointers, let's go with 3-pointers made. All right, so the leading 3-point shooter for the Grantsville Ladies is number 1 Bailey Louder with 27 threes on the season. Again, according to Max Preps. Okay, actually, let's do an experiment real fast. Let's see if there's a difference, because I've had this problem with Deseret News, not necessarily with Grantsville, but definitely with Stansbury. I've had this problem where it just doesn't match up, and there's things, it's weird, but. Let's see here. Sorry. Again, here I go off on a tangent, just trying to be different, right? All right. Nope. So that looks to be pretty accurate. Now it does have Avery Allred at 27, and Max Preps has her at 24. So some disparity there, but either way, they both have Bailey Louder in first place for the Grantsville Ladies in terms of 3-pointers made. Ren White, she's got 222 threes. No, she's got 22 threes on the season, 23 according to Max Preps. Let's see, Emmy Butler with 16 3-pointers on the season, 16 on Deseret News. Cody Williams with 12. Yeah, so that looks pretty accurate. So just a few disparities. So it's close enough, I suppose. I guess, unless you're going for a 3-point title, I guess it's close enough. It's close enough. So. Listen, keys to success. I mean, Ogden isn't doing so hot. Again, they're 8-14 on the season, with the exception. Their last 2 wins have been against Ben Lomond, who is equally struggling on the season. And prior, so out of their last, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Out of their last 10 games, they've lost 8 of them. So. It's definitely a rough go around for Ogden, and I don't really see that changing much for them tonight, because again, the Grantsville Ladies are just on fire this season. They've been doing a phenomenal job. Let's look at the last time that these two teams met. Where's it at? There we go. Last time that they met, Grantsville took that one at home in dominant fashion, 75-29. The Tigers had 1 quarter in that entire game where they scored double digits. It was just rough. Bailey Louder went for 21 in that game. Cody Williams going for 13. Avery Allred had 12. Emmy Butler had a big night with 11 and 8 rebounds. Nobody was in double digits for for Ogden. Number one, Lily Gonzalez was their leading scorer in that one with 8 points. So I don't see much different there. I mean, yes, they are at home tonight, so that could hopefully help them out a little bit. But again, the Grantsville ladies are really just playing phenomenal. So I think in a lot of ways, my keys to success for them is very similar to the last game. I want to see if this team, this unit is going to downplay the situation and start making mistakes on the small things, because those are the things that I think will crush you moving into the postseason in particular. Trying to get back in rhythm when you kind of let your guard down, that could be very problematic. So I'm looking for them to, keep the throttle on and not go away from their game plan because they're playing struggling teams. Because as you start moving into that postseason play, it's a whole different ball game, right? It doesn't matter what you did in the regular season. So I'm looking for them to keep their rhythm going, to keep their intensity going, because I think it's going to be crucial for them moving into the latter part of the season, into state tournament play, right? So yeah, I don't know. So that's kind of my keys to success there, and I think they did a good job. Kind of like I said in the recap, I think they did a good job maintaining that tempo in the last one. So good luck tonight, ladies, as they hit the road again. Like I said, heading out to Ogden to face the Ogden Tigers. Good luck, safe travels to everybody, because again, Grantsville fans travel very well in my opinion. So safe travels to everybody, safe travels, and go out there, finish strong. Don't let up the small things. Discipline is key, I think, going into this kind of a matchup, so that you keep that rhythm going into the postseason. So good luck, ladies. Good luck, safe travels. And that will wrap up the recap from yesterday and the game day podcast for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Please head over to YouTube, subscribe to the page, because I want to do some things moving into the other sports, which I haven't figured out how I'm going to do yet, but also into the next year, so that way it can be a little bit more immersive. And I need some help over there on the YouTube channel, okay, to be able to do those things. I think it'll be a good time. So if you could, I'd appreciate it. If you like the audio only, again, this is on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeart, Amazon Music, Podbean, places I probably don't even know. So again, thank you for all the support, but again, be sure to get out there and support these athletes, okay? I enjoy what I do, but it's for them. They're the ones putting in all the work. I just get to sit here and talk crap about it, okay? And and that's fine by me. But really get out there and support these athletes. They're great athletes. They're doing great things. Don't let the records fool you, okay? Some of our schools, they're not doing so hot, but they've got some amazing players. Get out there and support these guys. You'll have a great time. They'll appreciate it. You'll appreciate it. I promise you, you'll have a good time. So please get out there and do that. In terms of the players within the county, please continue supporting each other, because at the end of the day, you may not see it now, but as you progress into life, that'll come back to you. So please support each other. We want everybody to be successful. When we're playing each other, yeah. All right, it's war. But outside of that, guys, we want everybody out here to be successful, because the more that they're successful, the more you're going to be successful, because more people are paying attention to it. Okay, so you're only as strong as the people within your unit, right? And so if you look at this as an all-around unit, if we got Grantsville doing great things, Stansbury doing great things, and Chewilla doing great things, that means there's more eyes out here, and that helps everybody. So definitely, please be sure to share this and support each other, because you guys really are doing a phenomenal job. We've had some great seasons. We've had some rough seasons, but we've had a lot of great things go on. And if we can't get that out to people, who's going to see it? So anyways, that'll wrap it up. As always, guys, thank you for being with me. Please take care of yourself. I truly do mean that. Please take care of yourself. Please take care of each other. And until next time, I'll see you at the games.
Thank you for listening to USB Unaffiliated Sports Broadcast. I hope you enjoyed the show. Be sure to get over there to Instagram and share this stuff. We also have a Facebook page if you're interested in that side of it. But get out there and share this stuff to support these local athletes. That's what it's all about. So thank you. I hope you enjoyed the show. The podcast is available on Spreaker, Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube, iHeartRadio, and probably places I'm not even aware of. So be sure to get out there, like, follow, and share that stuff, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.